The security industry is constantly changing, and technological evolutions are completely transforming the industry for the better. The effect of this technological shift has been nothing but positive, from law enforcement agencies to smartphone use to recruitment processes. The union of technology and security systems has greatly transformed home and business security. While it's impossible for security professionals to monitor all parts of an area at all times, having a unified system, which includes cameras, alarms, detectors, and analytic tools, means that there can be an immediate notification if an accident occurs or a situation requires urgent attention. Security organizations may be late adopters of technology to manage their workforces, but once implemented, the early benefits of technological solutions become quite apparent. This week, we discuss with Olawale Atekoja, CEO of Seclot, on how we can adopt state-of-the-art security.
What's your take about the security situation in the country today?
Well, considering the state of the nation, I would say it's really depressing, considering the kidnapping situations, the killings in the north, and also the bandits issue is really alarming. We didn't expect this as at when we voted Oga in, but right now we seem to don't have any solution to it. So what I would basically say is we just need to look inward and see how best to solve it.
For those of us in the technology space, the biggest question in our mind is, what role can technology play in all of this? What's your take?
Well, when we look at technology security, there are quite a lot of roles that it can play. So, for example, if I pick the kidnapping of a thing, we heard of when a US guy was kidnapped, and overnight they came to rescue him. Now, we don't really have the details of how that was done, but I'm sure that was through technology. It wasn't as if they had somebody in the forest. So if you look at drones, if you look at could fly in drones there to check on these guys, we could use tracking system. There are quite a lot of things that could be put in place. But as we all know, I don't know what's happening at the ends of the affairs that is not allowing us get this. But in our own field, we look at surveillance systems you can use to get these things. So that's just what I would say for now.
And it's important for viewers to know exactly what they can do to protect themselves, right? So what are some of the equipments out there that people can sort of use to at least protect themselves? Because it's getting quite worrisome in the country today. So what are some equipments you think that people should have around them that that can help them better secure themselves?
For individuals, when you look at some have thought about licensing of guns, which that is not legal as of today in Nigeria. So when we look at protecting ourselves as individuals, there are basic things that we might want to start with, even the preventions. But after the preventions, you can also look at, okay, you're going out. Are you actually informing your friends and families where you're going to? Do you have like a tracking system where they can actually know where you are at every point in time? So you could even use something as simple as your WhatsApp, share my location, such that wherever you are, they can be able to know, okay, this is where you are at a particular point in time. For ladies, I know I've heard of ladies using pepper spray. So when they get attacked, they could actually use a pepper spray. Teasers, I wouldn't say teasers are actually licensed in Nigeria, but I know some that go around with it just to protect themselves. So for individuals, there's little that you can play, but at least inform your family and friends. Get one or two teasers if needed. Get pepper sprays for the ladies if needed to protect yourself. But outside that, we also have distress notification system, such that when you're in a distress, you can trigger an app and it sends notification to your friends and families. So we have organizations that are actually using this now, especially for multinationals that have foreign expatriates. They use these systems. So to an extent, I would say that for individuals. And then coming to the police, well, they're trying their best, but I think it can be better. They claim they don't have weapons to actually fight the bandits, that they have more higher weapons than them, but we're calling on the government to come to our assistance for that.
Okay, so do you think that, because you mentioned the case of the US guy that was, rescued overnight, right? Do you think it's a case of poor funding and investment in technology? Because for those of us in this space, we sort of believe that there's a lot of tech systems that you can infuse into the system that would actually make a difference? What's your take?
Poor funding. So from the news we've been hearing, the budget is heavy. So would we really say it's poor funding, or we say there's a politics happening in that space? Because to an extent, yes, the US came to pick up their guy. Even if we don't have the funding, I'm sure if we ask for assistance, they would be willing to give us this assistance. So I don't want us to agree to that excuse of poor funding. There is something happening in there that is not obvious to you and I that is happening at the upper level. So we hear of people sponsoring this. We don't understand what is behind this, but I believe it's more of a political agenda than the real thing. They're just playing with people's life. For me, that's it. That's my take.
Recently, there was this, unfortunate incident of the young lady, late Umoren, that was murdered. With all the social media, all the fact about exposing ourselves and our very, private details, and as someone in the security space, right? What are your thoughts about, the reality of living in today's world and still protecting yourself?
Okay, so a lot is happening on social media right now. People post every single thing that happens in their life every single day. So all it takes an attacker to do is basically to study you for like a week and understand where you are at every point in time. So my advice is this: reduce what you post. Even if you're going to post, you don't have to be live post. You could take pictures yesterday and post it today. So possibly the guy is probably thinking you're still there yesterday, whereas you've gone, you're no more there. Then outside that, we actually started something that has to do with free verification for employment scam. So if you get an employment notification, and this came as a result of this lady's issue, if you have anyone calls you for an employment, reach out to us, vet@seclot.com, and we'll verify for you even before you go there for free. So don't worry, we are covered. We would handle that for you. It's free. So that is our little offering back to also assist people as regards this employment scam.
It's important that people share where they are going to, with their very close family or friends, so that in case anything that happens, may also rest in perfect peace. But Wale, as we close the show, right? Yeah, as we close the show now, what would be your final words to Nigerians? These very unfortunate times of high insecurity. What will be your final words?
So many years before now, I would have said, guys, stay back. Nigeria is going to be better. Nigeria would be better off. But right now, what I would tell people is choose wisely. For some of us that would stay back or choose to stay back, it doesn't mean that if it gets to the worst, we wouldn't leave. It's just that we are trying to stay back to be able to help the nation, because if every one of us leaves, then what happens to the nation? But for some of us that feel we don't have what it takes right now, there's nothing stopping you from going there, but make it and come back to Nigeria to make it better, because it's we alone in here can't do it. We also need support from the outside world. So imagine Nigerians in diasporas coming to assist us, then we would get better. So for me, the solution to the problem in Nigeria is not just for Nigerians in Nigeria alone. It also cuts across Nigerians in diaspora. So if people say they want to go out of the country, it's good, it's fair. The only thing I would say is don't forget home, because we all have to make it better for ourselves. We are Nigerians, so that's it.
All right, Wale, thank you for being on Tech Trends today.
Thank you, CFA.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
As you've heard from the CEO of Seclot, Olawale Atekoja, at the national level, we really have to invest in state-of-the-art tech security infrastructure. But also, individuals need to take their own security seriously until such a time that the federal, state, and local governments can guarantee security for all. The sad reality is that no sector can thrive in the face of high insecurity, because investors will simply choose smaller but more secure countries like Ghana. Please stay safe out there and ensure you contribute to a more peaceful society. That's our show for today. Remember, we live on social media at Tech Trends TV. You can watch these and previous editions of the show on Channels TV, YouTube, or cfablog.ng. For Tech Trends, I'm Chukwemeka Agbata.